object. And in your go to detail, it's the selected, and it's not get name anymore, right? And also it's not a string. And another way you can find out that is that if you just say bundle dot put, and you will see like what kind of thing you can put, right? And you probably can also find out that you can put a parsable there. So have a parsable, and the key get string r dot string dot our argument key, right? So as you can see, in this way, you're sure that your argument key is consistent. Okay, so that's the sender. So again, you have an item, right? You have an item of the object you created. Okay, so you have the item object, and right. So in the go detail page, go detail method, you're having the selected from the position, right? So this get is a method in ArrayList, right? So data is just a ArrayList, so you're getting it. Okay, and for the bundle, you're adding the parsable. Or put the parsable, right? So for the key, just for consistency, put it under the resource. So every time you want to use the key, just refer to the resource, right? So the resource just get string and the r.string and your resource name, okay? And pass in the item that's being selected. Okay, so that's the sender's perspective, the sender's part. And let's see the receiver's part. So the receiver is the detail fragment, right? So the detail fragment receive it. And let's see. So I guess it's not a string. It's a item, and also let's just call it selected. So is selected equal to get arguments dot get parsable, right? And the keys do the same thing. You probably just say get string r dot id dot r dot string dot argument key. Okay. And actually, let me double check, because I think there's like this method already deprecated. So let me double check. Seems to be working. I guess the one that only takes the string is deprecated, but let's just still use it. Key and the task. I guess we just say item. Task. Yeah. Oops. Okay. So anyways, yeah, I guess just with the key is better, because apparently that method is just added recently. Okay. So anyways, so that's so in your onCreate, you are getting the data. Okay, that's what we are trying to do, right? So that's the detailed fragment is the fragment who received the data. Okay. So in the detailed fragment onCreate, you receive the data by getting the argument and getting the parsable. Okay. And then we can use that. So I guess string name equal to the selected name, and string I guess int image id dot selected image id, and string description is equal to selected dot get description. Okay, and just send it to each place, right? So have the binding dot our title, set text to the name. Or if you want to save like one line of code, you can just put it here. I think here, not too long. and binding dot the description dot text. And also, I just save one code. And also our image. Make that image resource dot. No, just ID. Select the image ID. Okay, right. So in your on create view, basically you're just setting those data in. Okay, so that's the receiver's code. Okay. So basically we're pretty much done with that. The only thing you need to do is to figure out how you can pass a method. So I hope this is something, this is related to Java, not necessarily for Android. Okay, so I hope you can figure out how to do it. So yes, just as a kind of a recap for what you need to do. Let's see. So we start from the main activity, right? So the main activity only just have the menus, okay? And the menu, you need to have the menu resource, etc. The menu part should be straightforward, I hope, right? So basically, for the menu, we have two items. One is the information, one is uninstall, right? So when the information is just going to the information page, okay? So that's the main activity. And then for the list, right, for the list, you have two layout files. You have one for each row. Okay, so I would suggest you to put a like one value just to help you to do it, help you to set the layout. Okay, and also you have one layout for the whole list. Right. So for this part, I don't remember you need to change anything. I don't think you need to change anything. You can just keep the default that's created by Android. Okay, and for the list, you need to have an adapter. Okay, so the adapter basically takes in the data. Okay, and the adapter, the main functions or the main functions are three functions plus one object, right? So on this function, it's only create a new view holder object. Okay, just have a new view holder object. And in this method, you're actually passing the data, right? It's passing the data here. So this just getting the whole getting the size of the of your data, right? And then the view holder is just defining a container. Okay, so what you need to do, the rest of the thing you need to do here is to set modify the my adapter. So your onClick method from the item fragment class can be passed in. Okay, so that's the to-do you need to do. And for other code, for the list fragment, I guess this can be not really. So yeah, sure, yeah. So we probably we don't need a class attribute. It just be a local attribute. Okay. Anyways, so in onCreate of the list, and you need to just create the data, which just hard code everything. Okay. And in your onCreate view, I believe this is just pretty much the same as what's Android Studio created for you, right? So basically, what you're doing is you are having you are creating a new adapter, right? Or you are constructing a adapter object, and that's the adapter to your adapter object. Okay, so you need to do something here. Okay, so do as method to the adapter. You probably want to do it before you set the adapter. Okay, So that's the no, those methods you need to implement, and then this is just what happened when the user click on each row, right? So if we get to the position, so if the position is the last one, we have a dialog, just showing a dialog. Otherwise, we go to the detail page. Okay. So to go to the detail page, we get the data from the position, right? And we send the data into no, we actually just pass it into the detailed fragment. But from the standard's perspective, the standard does not need to know where to send. Okay? The navigation graph take care of all this. Okay? So the standard just prepare the data, it's already good enough. Okay? And the nav controller will just send the data. Okay? Will navigate to the page and also send the data. Okay? So that's the go detail. And the show dialog. So for me, I already finished doing it. So let me just remove my to-do. But if you haven't do so, please have a more meaningful warning. Okay. So for the dialog, for the positive, just go to detail. If the user says no, just do nothing. Or just keep it as empty. Okay. So that's the list fragment. And for the info fragment, basically just have an intent to call or to dial the number, right? And then for the detail fragment, what you're doing is that in the onCreate, you're having the argument, you're having the data, right? And in your onCreate view, you're just distributing the data's attribute into different placeholders. Okay. So again, what you need to do is to set the adapter so it can take the onClick method from the item fragment class. Okay, and because of this, you probably, I guess, based on your implementation, you may or may not need to change your list fragment implementation here. Okay. Based on your implementation. It's just based on so it depends on how you handle this. So you can have a method to pass in it, or you can pass in it through the constructor. Okay, so I guess let's see. Method either was in the constructor or have another method to take a long way. Okay. So if you're passing it in the constructor, then you don't need to pass in the method to the adapter because it's already passed in the constructor. Otherwise, you probably want to call the method that takes the onClick method. Okay. So just as always, the rest of the class, so you can just do it and just unmute and speak if you have any question. And also feel free to share your screen if you feel it's easier to describe your question.
Quick question. So as for the information we're including, do you want us to like include the same thing on the project instructions, or can it be like any content? So for example,
So you can have more content, right? So you need to have what is asked you to include, but you always have other things.
Okay, all right, that makes sense. Thank you.
No problem.
Hello. Can you
Uh,
show the layout file of fragment details?
Argument detail. It's just yeah, you can have a constraint layout, you can have a linear layout, doesn't matter. Yeah.
Okay.
Can you go back to list fragment, please?
Let's fragment. Okay, so which part?
Yeah, that's part. That's the part I'm missing. Thank you.
Okay.